Welcome guys, welcome back to the channel. As always, the day after a game, a review show, and not a good one, not a fun one, which is weird because we won. We won in an unbelievable manner, in an unbelievable fashion, coming down from 3-1 after playing a really bad game up to that point. Winning a game, coming from 3 down. Coming back to 3-4, conceding a red card and a penalty, still winning that game at the end. It's a big one, especially away from home to Roma, who aren't the greatest of teams this season, but neither are we. So it is what it is. But you know, the biggest news of the day is Chiesa. As well as you all know, I will read the statement of Juve. It said during yesterday's match, Federico Chiesa felt a blunt trauma sprain to his left knee. The diagnostic test performed this morning at J Medical revealed an injury of an anterior cruciate ligament. It will be necessary for the player to undergo surgery in the next few days. Now, the first reports say 6 to 8 months. The main point is he's out for the rest of the season. People talk about Italy. I don't really care about that. Italy play once every few months. We play every 3 days almost. So that's the biggest issue. He's out for the season, and we have a serious problem. We already missed him for more than a month now. He just came back, and you can see the difference when he plays and when he doesn't play. Like, he's just different to Kulusevski and Bernardeschi. I think that's obvious. He gives you something we don't have. He gives you directness. He gives you constant energy, basically. For 90 minutes, he will not drop up, basically, in intensity. Maybe a little bit to the end, but usually he has a big impact on the game. And that's gone now, and that's a big problem. Because we already struggled scoring goals. Yesterday was great. We won. It was maybe not in the manner we should win in games, but we show a lot of heart, and we did that. We missed that in the last couple of weeks. We showed heart, determination, and we won that game coming back from a very bad situation. So that's great. But without Chiesa, we will struggle. The title of the show is What Now? What Now are, I think the options are in-house. I don't think we are going onto the market. I don't think we should be, because you have Kulusevski and you have Bernardeschi. Now, again, I'm not comparing them to Chiesa, but you do have him, and you need to use him now. You do. Like, people talk about Bernardeschi, that he can do a job. Well, this is probably his quote-unquote biggest job of his career. I don't know. Because he needs to step now. If he wants a new deal, these stretch of games, he needs to take it. Same for Kulusevski. Otherwise, he's gone at the end of the season. We talk a lot about Kulusevski. We will talk about it. But I don't think we need to go on the transfer market and spend money for a player of a worse caliber. Let's be honest, because in January you're not gonna get top players, so we're gonna kind of waste money. Again, if you didn't have Kulusevski or Bernardeschi in the team, I would say yeah, you need to. But you have them, you need to use them now. It is what it is. So that's that. He's out for the rest of the season, and that's a big problem for us. That's a huge problem. Now, we tweeted out on the channel, and people misunderstood the tweet. We asked a genuine question, because that question will pop up, because there's a lot of debate about the obligation to buy. I think Sky reported he needs 10 goals, top 4. Juve and Fiorentina never reported that, not once. So what Juve said is it's a loan that can turn into an obligation if determinate goals have been reached in the 21-22 season. So this season, they never mentioned the 2021 season, so that's very strange. So if people take that 10 goals and 10 assists and top 4, it is for this season. If you look at Juve's statement, again, that's all the information they give. If you go to Fiorentina's statement, they say 2-year loan deal with an obligation to buy. So it's all up in the air. Nobody knows, but we just put out the question. If you were in the situation and you had the opportunity, will you still do that? And that's a genuine question. I'm not saying doing it. Don't buy him, because I believe we need to buy him still. and I will explain why. But on Twitter, just in general, you can see people are questioning that because it's a big injury. It is, and you never know how a player will recover from that, especially Chiesa, who is very reliant on his how do you want to call it, on his speed, on his burst, on his ability to stop, and all those things. So you are, it's a struggle. Let's be honest. No, it's not a struggle. Like, it shouldn't be a struggle. I would still buy him. But if people say to me, considering the situation we are in, we need money and all those things, will Juve do that? And I think, I don't want to call anyone deluded and all, but the club, if they have the option, they will take that into consideration. I'm 100% sure of that. Because at the end of the day, we are the business. If we like it or not, we are a business at the end of the day. And if we still have the option to not buy him, I think the club will think about it. I don't think they should be doing it, but they will think about it because it's a serious injury. It is, and it takes some burst of you, some speed of you. You can ask Del Piero. He was still a fantastic player, but before that injury, he was an next level. And you always feel that. I remember an interview, I think Del Piero gave in 2009, 2010, something like that. And even he said that sometimes he still feels it, and he does. Like you do. I tore my ACL. That's something different, not to the same extent, but when I play, I can still feel it at moments. When you plant your foot in the grass, you can feel it's not feeling the same. It doesn't feel as it should be, and that kind of takes something out of you. You're scared for doing stuff, to go to the next level, to make that dribble, to speed up, and sometimes because you feel it's not what it should be. Again, it's to a different extent. It's worse for Chiesa. I would still buy him if we have that option. If it's an obligation, then it's done already. But we just asked the question: would you do that? Because we know. No, we know. I'm pretty sure the club will take that into consideration. They will think about it. Because look at Arrivabene's comment yesterday. He is basically open to lose Dybala on a free. Like, he made that publicly clear that he basically said you need to prove yourself still. After 6 years at the club? No, 5. After 5 years at the club. He still is telling Dybala openly, you still need to prove yourself for the money you're asking for. So don't think that the club is that, how do you want to say that, that cold. At the end of the day, it's a business. So that's that. Now, Chiesa's gone, as we know, for the rest of the season. Wishing him a speedy recovery. Hopes he comes back, because he needs that speed. And so it's a very sticky situation for him. I feel sorry. I feel really bad for him. Because he just came back. And it's going to take some time to be up to speed, especially the way he plays. Like I said, he needs that speed, that change in pace, the dribbles. It will take a lot of him. We know that. Now, what now? I said it before. It's Bernardeschi. It's Kulusevski. That's what it is. You need to use them. I said it on the channel many times before. It's hit and miss with both of them. With Kulusevski, it's more hit in terms of output, I would say. For Kulusevski and for Bernardeschi, it's more miss, in my opinion. But it is what it is. They're out. They now need to take their opportunity, because if Bernardeschi really wants a new deal at the money he is reportedly asking for or demanding, then he needs to step up to the plate big time now. It's his time. It's his moment to shine. It's his big opportunity to convince the club, hey, I can do a job. I've shown that now in the most difficult moments. I can do it. You can count on me. You can give me that contract. That's his part. And Kulusevski now can be like, I've shown it. I can do it. You don't need to sell me. I can do a job here. You can keep Chiesa and you can sell Bernardeschi, or you can let Bernardeschi go on a free. Maybe that's I don't want to call it a good thing, but that will cause some healthy competition between Bernardeschi and Kulusevski, because they have no option but to compete to the highest level to get into that team consistently, because it's a big month. Again, we dropped points against Napoli. We should have won that game, but we dropped points. It's still 5 points. if Atalanta win their game in hand, it's still 5 points off top 4. It's still a long way to go. Still many problems within the team. So it's crucial that one of those two steps up now, big time. And let's see. It will start from this week in the Supercoppa. There he will get his first chance to prove I can do a job. I should be the starter. So talking with Bernardeschi and Kulusevski's perspective, basically, it's up to them now to show they're up to the task. So again, I will not go on to the market. It doesn't really make sense because who's out there on that position that will come in, do a job, and probably will need to stay for a long time at the club, even when Chiesa's back. So I don't think the club is doing that. I don't think they should be doing that because we need money. It will be crazy to waste money. So that's that. Yeah. So yeah, it's. I'm kind of struggling to find words because he just came back and it's a big miss. It's a big hit for the club, and it's a big problem moving forward. But we need to deal with it now. So yeah, that's today's review. Basically, not a fun one, especially when we won in spectacular fashion. But it is what it is. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you in the next one. Ciao.